Winona State head coach Greg Jones. To coach's right, Sam Keller. To coach's left, Liz Pautz. Coach, first off, just thoughts on this day, this regional. You guys fought off elimination, and then tough game here tonight.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster. Both the whole weekend, the day, the game, everything. I thought we played well. I thought we did what we needed to do in that first one against Washburn without, going back too far. But just, I was proud of the kids to come back out after a tough loss yesterday. And I thought, obviously Liz threw well in that game. She had a no-hitter going into the seventh, but we finally got our bats going a little bit. And I felt like coming into today, the key for us was to slug our way back in this thing. That it was a pitcher's tournament, but at some point we had to get our bats. Our bats had to carry us, just because we knew how many games there were going to be. And so then going back to this game again, the roller coaster of starting off with a first pitch home run, and really feeling that high, and then obviously at the end of the day, the hits were tied 6-6, but they had 7 more runs than us, and so we weren't clean. I thought more than anything, though, I thought Rogers played well. I mean, emotionally, we're a high energy team. We play with a lot of juice, and I thought Rogers looked like Winona State tonight, and I was really impressed with them, how they played, how they rode the emotion, how they rode the wave. They made the pitching change at the exact right time, and it worked. We did that a week ago in our conference tournament, and it sometimes that stabilizes things, and that's what happened for them. And but I'm just, more than anything, it's more than just a weekend. It's this season. Our kids are part of a program, but they're a part of 4 different teams in their lifetime, and this team left a really impressive footprint. We came from nowhere to make this run and to get to the postseason, so I'm really proud of them for what they did all year, more than what this weekend was.
You guys are so much fun to watch, by the way, too. And Liz, a remarkable career, one of the nation's best, without a doubt. Multiple categories, you leave your name all over the record books in Division II, in Winona State. Just kind of talk about what this senior year has been and this run throughout the regional.
Yeah, I mean, this year was kind of a fairy tale ending to my career. I was thankful that I was able to come to Winona State after a year that beat me down at UWGB. I'm thankful that Coach took a chance on me and let me finish out my career here and go up on the high that I did.
Sam, you guys came out obviously in the night game. First pitch, you got something to hit, and it was a no-doubter. What were you looking for in that at bat? And then secondly, that's great confidence to have, especially against, like every team had some of the nation's best pitchers, but the confidence to hit that first pitch out.
Well, for me, like all my at-bats against her yesterday, sorry, I lost my voice.
That's okay.
All my at-bats against her yesterday, the first pitch was, it definitely looked the best. So I knew that at-bat I was just gonna swing as hard as I could at the first pitch. And it worked. So, sorry.
Your voice is fine. Your words are great.
Yeah.
we want to hear you as long as you're okay still to talk. But,
yeah, I'm trying.
Coach told me just how awesome it was when you made the transition to center field, and how you owned that, wanted the challenge, took it on, and how great you've been. Obviously, great catch in the first game, a sliding catch that seemed at the time like just a momentum killer. Like they might be able to start getting some momentum up. And it seemed like you guys did that all game long in the first game today.
Well, I feel like I kind of made that battlefield like into a game for myself, like seeing how far I could run and catch it. And I don't know, having Kayla and Marissa next to me, it's like they're always like have my back, so I just go.
Coach, those early swings, obviously it deflated everything, in the stadium early on, but for Sam and for Libby, those approaches to the plate, what were they looking for? And kind of the same question for Sam, that confidence that comes along with it against one of the nation's best pitchers.
Yeah, it was interesting because, as a coaching staff, we talked a lot about approach and what we wanted to do, and yet the decision we made as coaches was to not get on our hitter's head, because I just didn't want them thinking. And so I kind of knew what I wanted them to do, but as we went through our work, I just let them be and just go hit. We're, 50-some games into this thing now. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to turn you loose. But I want them to hunt early is what I really wanted, and that's what they did. And they went up there hunting early, and again, Dre's phenomenal, and she's going to be just fine. You could tell she just wasn't quite as sharp, and so to be able to go up there and hunt early pitches, and ambush early was a big thing. Again, because once you allow her to become a pitcher, you're in trouble. So if you can get her early, great, but that's not always the easiest thing to do. I was just happy that it was working, but more than anything, we didn't talk to our hitters about it. We just tried to stay out of it and say grip and rip and go do your thing and let our kids, we kind of want as coaches to stay in our lane. Sometimes you out-coach things, and so we just let them go, and it worked out today.
Did it kind of break things open, you think, that second inning home run against Washburn that Amoza hit? Did that just kind of loosen everything up, and it was just the floodgates were open after that?
It did, and it's interesting. I've been here a long time now, 22 years. I'm an old man at this, and to see how the game has changed and how power is so much more of a part of the game. And I can remember when a kid hit 6 home runs in a year, and it would lead the league. And now every team's got 5 kids with 6 home runs. But for our offense, we've known from the beginning of the year doubles and dingers, we don't have a lot of team speed, and it takes a lot of hits to score runs, and so we know that we've got to hit the ball out of the ballpark, we've got to hit the ball into the gap, and so we talk about it in practice, doubles and dingers, and to get that one was a lid lifter, and it just felt like, because what we know is our hits have to count for runs, and to do that early for Tegan, I thought was big for all of us to kind of finally just relax our shoulders and go play Winona State softball. And I thought we played Winona State softball today all day.
It's a program, obviously, rich history, 15 NCAA tournaments, 12 conference titles. But Liz, for you, leaving this program, you go to a regional again, get back, as Coach and I were kind of talking, it's kind of back to normalcy now with a full championship field and 8 teams in a regional. But you feel like you left this program now in a great place. It seems like there's so much momentum behind it.
Yeah, I mean, this whole year I've been trying to just do my best and go on the best note that I could. I tried to lead our younger pitchers and kind of show them what Winona State softball is about and what our pitching staff is about. Cindy helped me with that. She, our pitching coach, she helped me show what this team can do and what they're capable of, even without me and the other 3 seniors. And yeah, I mean, I told myself I was going to pitch my guts out until I couldn't anymore, until I couldn't stand, and I think I did that. And I'm proud of myself and what I was able to accomplish this weekend.
You mentioned, Coach, being at this a long time. I mean, how rare is this one? Is it a once-in-a-lifetime kid?
Yeah, it is. I mean, because of what Liz encompasses, it's more than, she's so much more than 350 strikeouts. She's a 2-time Elite 18 award winner in the NSIC. She's the NSIC Senior of the Year. She's a 4.0 double major. And there was a day in my office I told Liz, well, maybe it'd be okay if you got a B. And I couldn't put the toothpaste back in the tube fast enough. I didn't mean it. But Liz excels at everything she does. And then to do what she does on the mound, because to me the greatest success story of Liz was an All-American in 2019. And then we had the COVID year. And then she had, by her standards and by the standards she set this year, an off year a year ago. And then for her to come back and be the person she was and set the records she did on the softball side is phenomenal. But what makes Liz is that Liz is so much more than number 24 and so much more than the records that she'll leave.
Coach, thanks very much. Stan and Liz, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.